So what up guys, it's Seiishizo here and I'm gonna do a new video. I'm gonna start making videos again, and this video will simply be an introduction of the channel, introduction of myself, and just talking about where I want to go to with the channel. Besides that, I will talk about SWC, been to SWC Europe as a player, been to SWC Korea or SWC finals in Korea as a viewer. So it's quite cool to share some pictures about that, talk a bit about that. And yeah, so to introduce myself, I'm Seiishizo, known in the Europe server as one of the arena players. Been in Requiem for a while, very known guilds. Been playing RTA, especially last season, more competitive wise. Yeah, so I'm a Dutch guy. I live in Shanghai. Study here currently for my master degree of nice broom. Always keep farming. Master degree of software engineering. So I talked to quite some people during these tournaments, and they told me like, hey man, you should stream. You should stream. Like you got a decent voice for streaming. You got attitude. You got some positivity. You really like the game. You got some good content. You know a lot about the game. Like, why don't you start streaming? So I was like, yeah, okay, sure, why not? Like, I did it a little bit in the past. Let's see where that goes. So I tried it, and apparently, since a couple of weeks, Twitch is blocked in China, so that was unfortunately not an option. So I was like, yeah, let's just start YouTubing. And well, this is pretty much my first video. So YouTubing is quite different than streaming. Stream I can just do whatever at whatever moment, and for YouTubing you got more have like a script, know what you want to say, stuff like that, have your content ready. So I think it's more difficult, it's less of what fits for me, but because I'm quite chaotic, I just do whatever on the fly and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll just see where it goes. So for my channel, I actually want to do some stuff that other people like don't do that much. There's like a lot of good channels there showing European content, but those are mostly like either French or German or Spanish or Italian or what other European language. Man, this team is shit. Till again I go back to my normal safety. Whatever. Yeah, so for that reason I was like, okay, let's try to have a channel where you have like English European content of high level. So yeah, let's see where that goes. I think it will be interesting also for the other regions to see how Europeans play, what the meta is. I think Europe has one of the most active arenas. So for that reason I think it's quite interesting to do Arena Rush on video with live stream. Well, live stream is not really a live stream, but with a camera, so you can see me rage and stuff like that. That's we all like to see that, right? So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I think I also have some good content about like rune optimizing and stuff like that, using the rune optimizer tool. Got some videos on this channel already about that, but they're quite outdated. They're like a year and a half old. So I got some other tricks on that, some other like the software of course have been updated, so I think that's quite cool. So yeah, I got quite some interesting content in that coming. Probably gonna do some real-time arena also with live streams. So, okay, this team is super shit. I'm barely even looking at it, I just see the build. Let's go back to the normal safety. I've been running this for a while, but somehow it isn't. I either need more speed on it or something like that, or whatnot. This one, I'm missing one. Missing you. This team pretty much doesn't fill. So yeah, back to the content. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do for the channel. I'm trying to make more videos on like a regular base, see where that ends up. I'm not gonna go too much into like guild wars or guild sieges. There's a lot of like good NA streamers or YouTubers doing that kind of content already. So I'm not really looking for that kind of content. I'm looking for like the really G3 arena, G2, G3 RTA kind of content. So yeah, I think that's what you can expect from me. So yeah, and I'd like to talk some about the SWC I've been to. So I really liked the tournaments, the setups, everything. Like, Come To Us really made us feel at home. Like, the moment we got in, I'm gonna show some pictures. I'm not that used to the software yet, so bear with me if they're like a little bit strange and stuff like that. So the moment we got there, I walked out of the airport at Berlin, and there was this guy with like the sign up. His like said Summoners War. It was super cool. The guy like all dressed up in his suit and everything. Like, they know how to prepare. There was like this this fan there, and it had like the Summoners War logo on. It was like, yeah, man, that's so cool. So that was like right away. That was like, okay, these people, they're gonna do cool stuff. And I got like this sign with like player, and they just said like, hey, if you want to grab some food or some drink, you just show your card and you just can grab everything. So they know how to make you feel at home. Like, the hotel was super nice, the venue, like you've seen it on the stream probably, it looked amazing. Like, they picked a really cool spot for Europe. It was at this I'm not sure if it's an old cinema, but they still use it as premieres for movies and things like that. So super fitting. Like, the screen, at some point I didn't notice it until I was watching like the finals, like actually inside as well, and I was like, damn, this screen is so insanely good. Like, I have this shittiest projector at home, and this screen is like amazing. Let me see if I can do I have a picture of the... I'm not sure if you're gonna see it that well. It's probably twisted. Yep, gotta transform it backwards. Nope, not like that. That's not how you... Yeah, I'm not sure how clear you could see it, but the screen looks so nice. This is actually the finals DGP against Sheen, so that looked just amazing. And also for like the people, there were so many nice people there. Like, let me grab a picture of the top 8. Where are we at? Boom. Let's make that a little bit bigger. So yeah, from left to right we had like Serpolita, DGP, Shinzei, Chin, Blue, me, Dando, Lucky, Lure, and Philippity. So we had like all of the 10 there. It was super nice organized as well, that the 2 replacement players were also there. All of the like the intros that were made were like super nice made. It was during the photo shoot day. You've probably seen this picture on like either Instagram or whatever. But yeah, I met like a lot of these people, and they were all so nice. Like, sometimes online you're kind of hating on each other, right? Like, you have some rivalry, and then you meet each other in real life, and everyone is super cool, super nice. Funny story. At some point I took a picture. I look quite young. Like, if I shave, I look super young. I'm like 26 years old, and I look like 20 for some people for some reason. Sure, that's cool, but you can have fun with that, right? So I took this picture, and this picture is like just half a year ago. It's not that long ago at all. So I took this picture, and I photoshopped it, make it like a white background, make me even look a little bit younger. So I arrived as one of the earliest of the players. I think Lucky was there before me. So I arrived quite early, and at some point you just sit in the lounge, and some people like start dripping in, and at some point it's like, hey, oh, this is Lure, this is Q, this is... All of these people start dripping in and stuff like that. So at some point Lure walks in, and it's like, hey, I'm Seiishizo. It's like, oh my god, you're so tall. You on the picture you look so small. On the picture you look so small. It's like, yeah, but on the picture we all have the same size. I need to take a good picture for that reason. But it was super fun. He was like, damn man, you're so tall. I'm like 193. Yeah, 193, 194. So yeah, he was super surprised about that. Yeah, you can also see it here on the picture. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse actually. I don't think so. But yeah, I'm a little bit taller than all of the other guys, but that was like super fun. Let's see what I get. So yeah, that was super cool. What else do we have? So yeah, we got like these shirts. It's probably switched again. Transform. Like these shirts, man. That was one of the biggest things. Oop. I think I messed something up right now. Yeah, I just. But these shirts, they were amazing. I really loved how they looked. So I actually, like, if you can see it like right above me here, this is actually the shirt you see on the screen on this side. There, something like, I'm not used to this yet, but yeah, that shirt was like amazing. Like, it was pretty much always for me like a childhood dream to like. I always used to play like gaming and did it like competitive wise and stuff like that, but I never actually got to get like the shirt from the company. That was my big thing, get the shirt. So yeah, for that reason, it's just super cool. I really liked that to be there. So let's see what other pictures we have. Yeah, I met a lot of people, like, but also like, we were there already on like Thursday, so just to do like photo shoot, interviews, that kind of stuff. Like, these people worked really hard on like setting up everything. There was a lot of like logistics, getting everything done. Oh, we also had this one. Our host, man, I love some cosplays. This one was cute as hell though, for sure. This one was nice. And I like this picture as well. Wait, where that this one? I'll probably switched again. Yes, transforming. I gotta do it always twice on this one. Yeah, man, this one was badass. Like me and Philippa T in the chairs of like the casters. This is like, we're gonna be casting next year. And I was like, nah, probably not. But I hope to see him again like next year. This guy is actually, he didn't make it to the top 8, but this guy is actually a really good player. He's like, I can honestly say he's really good. I would think he would make it quite difficult for most of the top 8 that were in there, including me for sure. So let me see what other pictures I have. I think it's, yeah, we had like some foods, like some Korean barbecues with like the whole crew. Also a lot of like the influencers joined in. We had most of the influencers I didn't really know. They were either from French streamers, German streamers. We had Island Grown there, of course, which was an American streamer, which I mostly check a lot of streams and stuff like that, but mostly just English actually. So that we also had like +1, so everyone could, all the players and all the influencers could take a +1, which was really cool because some people actually brought their girlfriends, wives, friends. At some point you're not really sure, like, okay, who is this person connected to? And it's like, oh, it's probably his wife. It's like, no, it was his sister. It's like, it's super funny. So, but these people, like, they have nothing with the game. They barely know it or anything. But it's still really fun to see, like, how they enjoy their friend or their wife, their husband, or like anything like that. Just enjoy the game, do what they do. Have a lot of like-minded people, like there at the moment. So that was super cool to see. So. Yeah, and then for the matches, I think the matches were really good. Thing is, like, at some point I lost, so I didn't look that well into the matches, into the other matches. So, but for me it was like my own matches. I played against Gene. I lost in the first round. That was really shit, but I think I made it quite difficult for him. The matches were really close. I wish I would have won, but he's a good player. He made it really far. Yeah, and I think, yeah, it was fun to play there, but I also think like I should improve. Like, I saw a couple of flaws. I saw a couple of things like he was quite lucky, a couple of things I was quite lucky, but especially like the third match I picked completely wrong, and this is something like completely on my part. There was no luck involved in that one. It was just like a little bit of tilt, a little bit of like bad preparation maybe, but I can play better than that, and I've been working on that like the last couple of weeks, and I'll continue to work on that like pretty much until next year. I want to be there next year for sure. Let alone just for the matches and just to play there, maybe some prize money or and whatnot. It's so cool to go to these events. Like, if you have the chance, I really highly recommend you to go there. Like, if it's nearby, if you say like, ooh, nice room. If you say like next year, hey, it's maybe somewhere else in Europe, I live nearby, go there. It's so amazing to meet like these people. You like, obviously you like the game if you're watching this video. Obviously, you like the game if you check out around like a lot of videos, you play every day, stuff like that, and you get a lot of like-minded people. And the funny thing is, like, I never really thought about like having fans or anything, but the thing is, it's quite cool. At some point, I have a funny story about that. Like, at some point, I just lost my match. I was sitting somewhere or standing somewhere, and this girl walks to me and she says in my native language in Dutch, like, hey, goed gespeeld, which is translated into like, hey, you played well. I was like, I lost. I played like shit. What? I played well. She was just like being nice, cheering me up, right? And okay, I played well, but I didn't win. So, but then you're still in the losing mood, like, okay, fuck, I just lost, right? So, and then she left, and it's like, never seen her, didn't expect that many Dutch people there, because going from the Netherlands to Germany, it's not that far, but Berlin is like on the other side, pretty much. Actually, I like 5 of my friends from the Netherlands driving in to watch me. That was super cool. Like, thank you guys, it was so nice, for sure. But this girl I didn't know, so I was like, okay. At some point I was like, okay, who was that? But okay, whatever. So later at like the after party, which was super nice organized, like a lot of people stayed, just to party, to talk to people and everything like that. It was so nice. And she and her boyfriend apparently came to me, and I was standing with DGP at that moment, and they were talking to us, like, of course in Dutch because native language, and they said like, yeah, we've been playing, like, the guy's been playing for like a year and a half now. She was playing for like a little bit, like a year or something, and they were like, yeah, we were talking about going to SWC, but we weren't sure yet. And then we saw like 2 Dutch people in the final, so it's like, we had to go, right? We had to go. They took like a 9-hour bus from Rotterdam to Berlin just to see, like, pretty much because me and DGP were in the tournament. So that was like, wow, that's so cool. So yeah, some of these, like, that's one of the stories that motivates me as a player really much, that you make other people like enjoy watching the game, enjoy going somewhere, and I think that's the most important thing, like, that people enjoy what they're doing. And for that reason, it's also one of the reasons I started doing YouTube. Like, if I could share both my experience but also my enjoyment of the game to other people, and they can just watch this and just have a good time just watching me talking bullshit, playing some stuff, raging, whatever, learning some stuff, anything like that, I think that's really cool. So that's one of the reasons that I'm starting this YouTube. So, you know, I talked to like quite some other people, like everyone was just super friendly, and it was so fun. So yeah, that was mainly it for Europe. Let's see if I have some other cool pictures. I think I do. Yeah, this was also really cool that Europe did. Let's see if is it twisted? No. To make it a little bit smaller. You had like this photo booth, and you could just like take pictures, and you could just print them on the spot for free. And you could just like take pictures with a group of people. You had like the Summoners War logo on the background, DGP there, Philippity, Shinsei, probably some other guys you maybe have seen like from the community and stuff like that, which was so nice. They had like a lot of things there. So like the whole organization in Berlin was super nice, and like still super hyped about it. And it's been like, it's more than a month ago already, so time goes fast. So yeah, moving on to like Korea. So couldn't play in Korea, unfortunately. I wish I would have. I really like Korea, but then again, I was at some point talking to Seiishizo, the streamer for the like the English streamer for SWC Europe, and he also streamed the English qualifiers, or like the qualifiers in English. And a good friend of mine have been like talking with him for like at least 2 years, maybe 2.5 already. I think 2 years. So we were talking like, okay, let's just go to Korea. And for me, like, I live in Shanghai, direct flight is like an hour, 45 minutes. It was like, yeah, okay. And we were both like, okay, if you go, I go. And I said the same, okay, if you go, I go. It was like, and then we were like, fuck it, let's just go. Let's just book the flights. Let's just go to Korea. So I was like, yeah, we did that. Flight was a little bit more expensive than I thought for that short distance. But still, I was like, yeah, okay, why not? And at first, at some point, I was like, oh, am I gonna be like the grumpy cat there? It's like, oh, I could have played there, right? I could have played there. But in the end, I went there, and I must say, like, if I wouldn't go there and I would see it like all afterwards, I would have regretted so much. I was so happy to be there just as a viewer. It was just amazing to watch. Also, the thing is, like, if you go as a viewer, you can just enjoy the whole day. Like, you can enjoy the whole trip. If you're there as a player, you're like stressing, okay, did I strategize enough? Did I play enough? Did I do this? At some point, like, I think I took the wrong strategy in Europe. At some point, I was just like, on the day itself, I was not touching my phone at all. Like, I strategized so much, I'm going so crazy. I don't want to touch my phone. I had like 90 energy and 10 wings the whole day. And I think that was a bad strategy in the end. It would have been better if like I played like a couple of matches, like an hour or 2 hours before, just to warm up a bit, just to get into the flow. And but now I didn't have to stress. I just could enjoy the matches. I got some really good seats. I was sitting like quite far up front. Let's see some Korean. In Korea, I actually took quite some pictures with from the booth, but I checked later, like, I barely took that many pictures with like people itself. I was quite sad about that. So let's see. Yeah, this was like outside, and this is like amazing. This looks so nice. Rotate. Nope, other way. Rotate this way. Yeah, this was like this huge banner, like 3 floors high banner that was like outside. Oh, what is this? Oh, check out this rune, man. Why no 6-star? Why no 6-star? Ah! Story of my life, story of everyone's life. But yeah, this was super nice. So yeah, I didn't take that many pictures with people. I'm sad about that actually. So yeah, and then we had like the area downstairs, which was quite nice. I always have to rotate this. Yeah, and one time. So yeah, there were a couple of things. I didn't check it that much. We came quite late, and then the matches were about to start in like an hour, and we've been shown like around a little bit. So let me check a picture of the booth itself. I think, yeah, this, man. Oh, and this was actually like OGN. OGN is one of the Korean main companies for esports, and this booth was so made for it, man. This was so nice. Normally this is probably like just for 5 players, which in this case, of course, you don't have, but it was so nice to see. This one is. Let me see like one of an actual match. Yeah, here you see one of an actual match, and the cool thing was as well, like, you could see like the monsters that were picked were like on these small boxes, like below the players. You had like, you see, let's see over there. No, wait. How does this work? This, yes. There you see like a Hathor. And next to it, I think that's the edge. But on the other side, you see like a Genny and stuff like that. And it was like eye for detail. Like, I love that kind of stuff when they have eye for detail and it shows up there, and it's like all super nice. You had like the fire spitting things, and it's just, matches were insane. The booth was insane. Met like quite some people in the crowd. Like, for people meeting in Korea, that was so nice, because in Europe I knew like quite a lot of the players, so it was nice to see them in person. In Europe, I knew most of the players, and it was nice to see them in person. In Korea, however, I barely spoke to like any of these players, and I'm actually I went to there, and another guy from a Europe player from who's working in Beijing right now, Juyik, if I say it correct. I don't know, but Juyik was also there, and I took a room with him together. Super nice guy as well, and we pretty much hang around a lot. And at some point we were sitting next to each other, like just before the match started or during some match, like, okay, like, what's the level of the people that we sit around in the crew, like as viewer with right now, right? And then we saw like a guy in front of us playing, or he had the logo from Avengers. There was a Asian or Chinese, I'm not sure. Either, I think, which server is Llama on? At least that's the guild where Llama is on, if I'm not mistaken. So I saw this guy playing, and it was like G2 RTS. Like, wow, that's actually quite some. So these guys are good. And then I looked to the left of him, and I was like, hey, wait, I recognize this guy. This guy is like Nina. That's a streamer from Taiwan. So at some point I was like trying to talk with them a little bit, and I was like, he started speaking Chinese, like, oh, 我不会英文. It's like, okay, 我知道一点点中文. So I just told him like, hey, I know a little bit Chinese. It's super shit, it's super basic. But these guys are like, why does this guy know Chinese, right? I told him like, yeah, I live in Shanghai. It's like, but do you know me in game? So I showed him my player tag. It's like, oh yeah, I know you. So the guy sitting next to that is like, oh wait, and he's crawling up his history list, and he showed me, it's like, yeah, I played against you. It's like, did I win? He's like, no, I beat you. It's like, shit. So it's like, okay, who are you? And this guy is like, he played in the Asia Pacific qualifiers, Ling. I think he ranked like number 21 or 22 last season in RTA. Super good player, and he tells me, he's like, yeah, so you know some Chinese? Like, how? It's like, yeah, I live in Shanghai, I study there. It's like, okay, but I'm Shanghai local, so hey, let's meet up sometime. So that's super cool that, like, out of the blue you just meet new people which actually live close to me right now. So, or close, technically close. I think he lives an hour and a half away, but still Shanghai. Doesn't matter. So I think that's quite cool. So yeah, and then for other people that we meet around there, meet a lot of the influencers. Like I met at some point I was sitting at the KDP with like Childish and Sean B and some of the players from Seiishizo again. Yeah, I think there's a lot of come to us people, of course. So yeah, it was super nice meeting them. Also, Battle of the Guilds. I've missed out on that so far. Battle of the Guilds was really nice. I really liked the concept. The only thing is these matches were pretty much a stomp. They were like from A to Z, say swag again. They planned it out like perfectly. Like, well, I'm not sure who the strategizer is, or that they did it with the three of them together. They knew what they had to do, and they did it. They picked it right, and they just like stomped it. And that was cool to see. But on the other hand, you love these matches where they're really close. So for me, the best matches by far, Matsu against BD in the like semi-finals. Yeah, semi-finals. These matches were so good. They were like 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, just going up, and these matches were all super close and super nice, and that was fun to see. So yeah, yeah, and then like a dinner afterwards, met a lot of like Come To Us people, Come To Us NA people, which I haven't seen that much before, which was really nice to meet. Super nice people as well, same as Europe. Met some of the more influencers there. Snow was there. Met Shredded Puzzle. Talked a bit with the people from Seiishizo again. Also really nice people for sure. It was funny at some point. These the Asian players were sitting on one side, and the non-Asian players were sitting on the other side. I was like, yeah, that's mostly. It's a split, but I was also like, yeah, let's just walk around, let's just sit with others. I also, when I chose a table to sit on at the dinner, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna sit with Europeans, I want to sit like with NA people or whatsoever. So I sat at the table with like Snow and Childish and Lucky Madman. I think I was sitting with Lucky Madman. And I played some RTAs there. I had to push for like G3 in Special League. I was like, okay, I need 2 more. So first match I queue against Barry and I win. Second match I queue, I lose, and then I go from a losing winning streak. I was like, okay, I'm playing too much. I want to enjoy. This is not going good. So yeah, that was quite fun to see. And at some point, like trying to talk some with the Asian players, and that was a fun thing to see. Like BD, his English is pretty bad, but he had a +1, and he just wanted a +1 that could speak like good English, and of course his own language. So he got this guy, super nice guy as well, and that was pretty much the translator for BD. Everywhere BD went, he had to join because he had to translate, right? So that was super nice. So I was at some point, like I was pushing for G3 in Special League, and at some point I was like, after going clubs, I was back home at like 3 or 4 a.m. It's like, okay, let's do some RTAs right now. Everyone is in Korea sleeping, so there's not too many good players around. So first match I go BD. It's like, oh my god, like I have quite a decent win rate against Llama or something. Like at least it's 50-50 or Psy or whatever. But BD, I mostly always lose. This guy is insanely good. So I lost. So I go in again. Again, BD is like, oh. It's like, okay, if you're high up and you're playing and you're right away queuing again, you're most likely to find the same guy over and over. So you should wait a while and then play again. So, yep, lost again. It's like, okay. Then I did some dragon runs. I go in. I played another guy. I queued up again. Again, BD is like, oh my god. So this time, this guy, like BD was super lucky, but still he won. So my Garo would have been able to kill everything, and then he just proc 3 times killed Garo. It's like, dumb. So then, yeah, I did a couple of dragon runs. Again, BD, so 4 times BD. I was like, okay, I was pretty tilting. I was super tilting at that moment. So I was like, during the dinner, like, would he recognize me still? Like, it was a couple of days before that. So I showed him my player tag, and he was like, yeah, I know Seiishizo, I know, I played you. It's like, oh, okay, at least he knows me. That was super cool, super nice guy as well. Had some chats with him and his friend like later, so that was really nice to see. Yeah, and after that, we went to the club with like quite a big group of guys, which was also nice. I think I have a picture of that. Let's see. Yeah, we went with like quite some come to us people. Like we talked some more to the guys from Seiiswag again there. Some come to us people, some AU players, some NA players. It was a super nice mix up to go clubbing with these people. So all in all, super nice event. Ooh, one picture I would like to see. I told you, man, I'm liking some cosplayers, and this cosplayer was legit. This one was good. Like this one looked really well. I really love this cosplay. So yeah, anything else to talk about for SWC? Oh yeah. We actually had the chance to talk to developers. So at some point, like the developers, actually the Korean developers that created the game and everything. So at some point there were like, I think 10 or 12 people, I think I have a picture of that, like standing around developers, like discussing like new content and stuff like that. Oh, this picture's huge. Yeah, I know I could actually edit this in, but I'm using stream software to record videos. So, which, like on the right, you see some of these developers, and then you see Waffle and Seiiswag again, some other people talking to the developers. And the main thing I can tell you they talked about is Battle of the Guilds. They've been asking like players, also the players that played like the single player content, pretty much like, would you guys like it to have more Battle of the Guild content? Would you like it if it's more focused around Battle of the Guilds? And everyone just said like, yes, we love it. We love the way it's set up. We love like the idea behind it, that you're cheering for a team rather than a player. a lot of the teamwork, people like that. Also, like the booth for this was super nice setup, because in Europe you had like one guy playing and then the other guys sitting somewhere else. And here you had like the booth, you were sitting together, so you were strategizing, you see people writing down notes and stuff like that, and they were sitting together, and I think that also improves your gameplay. Because this is a fun thing that we did like with Island Grown during in Berlin during the European SWC. We were just playing with like one account on one device, but like more people were watching and giving their input. It's like, hey, maybe you should ban this. Like, oh, if you ban this, then this and this happens. And then you start thinking about things you normally don't think about, and you make like better calls like most of the times, or at least the calls you would normally make get reflected by someone else. So either you're more sure of your own call, or you will get like some feedback of others and you would change your call. And because of that, I think you make way better calls if you watch an account or you play RTA with multiple people. So yeah, I think that's quite fun to see. So I'm really wondering what they will do about that, and they have quite some content and also some new monsters and also some other stuff planned for what they're gonna bring out. So I'm really looking forward to see that kind of stuff. I'm always hyped for new content. I'm also curious if they're gonna do a balance patch anytime soon, because SWC is over. This is pretty much like the best chance and time to play around with balance changes, I guess. So curious about that. Yeah, and I think that's mostly it for SWC. I've been talking for quite some while already, so I guess I'm gonna wrap it up. So yeah, this was me talking about SWC, about the channel, a little bit more about the channel. So videos I want to make in the future are gonna be mostly revolving around RTA, Rush Hour, so pretty much like the two things you start raging most about. So you probably want to see me tilt. So yeah, the thing is, like at some point you see this plushie, like this thing is mostly what's flying when I start tilting, and it's really soft, so this thing doesn't die when you throw it. Normally I was like throwing bottles, and these bottles made like holes in the wall, which is not that good. And if I throw this thing, like nothing dies, nothing breaks, or maybe this guy breaks at some point. And then you've probably seen this thing on the side. That's my mascot. It's my Kumamon. Yeah. And besides the videos of RTA and Rush Hour, I'm gonna do some more videos on the Rune Optimizer probably. Got some other plans, but for that you'll see. But also, if you have like, hey, you're a cool guy, could you maybe like show this or that, or could I like ask you some questions and some point do like an AMA or anything, or anything like that, like let me know in the comments, like if you want to see more like that. For summoning sessions, I'm probably not your kind of guy, because I get a scroll, I summon a scroll. I get 2 scrolls, I summon 2 scrolls. Like saving doesn't work for me, never had worked, so it just makes me sad, because mostly you don't get your stuff you want because summon raids. And yeah, that just doesn't work out for me. So but yeah, maybe in the future at some point I think like, hey, it's cool, let's say for a while, let's do something. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, let me know if you like it. Pretty much, like this is just a tryout for me as well, so yeah. So yeah, peace out, Seiishizo, and hope to see you in the next video.